We need to find God. And we cannot find God in a noisy place. God is best seen and heard when we are silent. Hi, my friends. Welcome to another podcast today. My name still remains Ngozi Atiti. So today I want us to critically look at a story in the Bible we all are very familiar with. It is the conquer of the city of Jericho, especially the falling of the wall of Jericho. So the Bible made us understand that the wall of Jericho is a very strong wall, built by professionals of their time. It made us, the Bible described wall of Jericho to be a very high wall that, the citizens were very, very confident of how strong and how secure this wall is. Now, the time God delivered the Israelites, he promised them that he's going to give them the city of Jericho. Now, my question is, why did God promise the Israelites the city of Jericho? Were there no people living in Jericho? Now, when I was going through this passage, now the book of Acts chapter 1 verse 20 quickly came to my mind. You can pause and read what Acts chapter 1 verse 20 says. And another passage that quickly came to my mind was the case of Esther and Vashti. You know one thing, in our Christian race, we have to be very, very careful. Because if God gives you something and you don't honor him with it, another might take it. There might be an instant replacement. Let's be very careful of that. Now, God now gave Joshua, who was the leader at the time, he now gave him these instructions. Now, listen to these instructions. Joshua chapter 6 from verse 2. Let me read from verse 2 here. And the Lord said unto Joshua, See, I have given into thy hand Jericho, and the king thereof, and the mighty men of valor. And ye shall compass the city, all ye men of war, and go round about the city once. Thou shalt do 6 days. And 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 prophets of ram's horns, and the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow with the trumpets. And it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when ye hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall down flat, and the people shall ascend up, every man straight before him. And Joshua the son of Nun called the priests and said unto them, Take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of the Lord. And he said unto the people, Pass on and compass the city, and let him that is armed pass on before the ark of the Lord. So verse 10 says, And Joshua had commanded the people, saying, Ye shall not shout, nor make any noise with your voice, neither shall any word proceed out of thy mouth, until the day I bid you shout, then shall you shout. Do you know what the saying that says silence or calmness is the cradle of power? There are battles that are won in silence. Silence is very powerful. It yells, it screams, it speaks volumes. Silence. There are so many things, we need to conquer by just being silent. We fight a lot of war, especially significant wars are won in silence. Here, Joshua, the son of Nun, emphasized on that. He said, don't say anything. Don't make noise. Let there be no word that will proceed out of their mouth. Some of us, God is already just doing something. Some testimonies are still in their embryonic stage, and we're already telling the whole world about it. Some testimonies are shy. They don't need that publicity. Allow it to cook. Let it dawn. Then you can shout. When you already have it, then you can shout. You are about to be promoted, or you are going through an examination of life. Do it in silence. Go into your room, lock the door, on bended knees, talk to your maker. Don't shout. Not every battle likes noise. Don't allow any word to proceed from your mouth. Settle it in your silence. Then when you have it, you can now shout. And that's when you need to share testimonies. Stop making noise. Sometimes we are but testimonies with our mouth because of ignorance. Create it here and deal with it in silence, on bended knees before your maker. Joshua instructed the people according to the instruction he received from above. Now, this is what is written in verse 16. And it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priest blew with the trumpets, Joshua said unto the people, shout! For the Lord had given you the city. That is the only time you are permitted to shout. When you have the testimony in your bosom, when you already have it, then you can shout. But when you don't have it, don't talk. Don't talk. Keep quiet. Have it first. Then you are now a testimony. Then you can show, you have something to show. Then people will now come out and ask you questions. Then you'll be an authority. As strong as the wall of Jericho was, it was not conquered by physical strength. It was not brought down with human knowledge. It was actually brought down by divine instruction from God. We need to find God. And we cannot find God in a noisy place. God is best seen and heard when we are silent. Nothing strengthens authority like silent. Act like though you can't afford bread until your bakery speaks for you. Until your bakery screams what you can do. Silence is a cradle of power. Now let's think about it. Does it really make sense, humanly speaking, that a huge and strong and mighty wall, by just marching around it, will bring it down? Like with human knowledge, it doesn't make sense. And that's why spiritual things does not make sense to an ordinary, human knowledge. And therefore, I keep telling us, do not view spiritual things with physical mindset. It will not make sense. It will not make sense. So it did not make sense just marching around in silence. And not just marching around in silence. There were attention to details. Priests were in front, about 7 of them. Then the ark of God, and then others, and then in silence. Oh, Jehovah God, can you people can you not see what I'm saying? The remnant that is just coming right now. That battle that is before you, that is seeming as if it has defiled every human knowledge. Relax. Don't shout. Don't fret. Fear not. Don't shake. Don't lose hope. Still trust in God. Go to God in prayer on bended knees. Deal with it in silence. And come scream when you have the testimony. Stop shouting. God is still in the business of answering prayers. God is not done yet. Miracle, not a tire Jesus. So until I see you in another video, stay focused. Still trust God. God is still there. And on bended knees and in silence, you will receive that testimony. Shalom. Bye-bye.